Hello, thanks for jumping on this call with me and doing an out brief and a testimonial. I totally appreciate it. Who are you and why do I know you?
Um, I'm Taryn Bledsoe, and you know me because I was very depressed, and my astrologer said, "You're gonna need Amanda to get out of this one."
Oh, yes. Leslie referred you. Love that.
Yeah.
What in your astrological chart made you go, okay, deal? Or what was it that Leslie said that made you go, okay, deal? I'll go find her and work with her.
Um, I know because I have had two sessions with her, and in the first one, we talked about how like I will receive a lot, like a significant amount of trauma from men in my life. But then I'll use that to help other people. And I think after the second session, I had just hit a point where I was like, all right, I think I've collected all the trauma that I was told I would get. Um,
Check
can
that
I
off.
start helping people now, or do I need some more? Like, where's the cutoff, the transition into helping with it? Um,
That
yeah,
never ends. You know that.
I have learned that, yes. Um,
The education continues. It's just a matter of the lens, right?
right. I will
Yeah.
be continuously informed
Yeah.
on the subject.
Yeah. And if you want to work with people that are in that bench, you're going to continue to learn from them too. Right.
Yeah.
Just like I continue to learn from all of my clients. I definitely learned a ton from you and continue to learn things from you, like the situation we were talking about before I hit record.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, like I'm a we'll go there in a second. Okay, so you came to me and you were severely depressed.
Mm-hmm.
What happened at the end? Where were you at the end?
Um, it's interesting because I uh I'm still depressed. Um, but it doesn't feel like I have to accommodate my life to the depression. I can now just acknowledge it and do what I need to do to, I guess, soothe it, but it's not my like biggest identifying factor anymore. I don't, when they do the like, oh, tell us about yourself in like when you're meeting people, I don't, not that I would say this before, but the first thing that comes to mind is no longer like I'm mentally ill. Um, I think it's always going to be a part of me, but I've just learned how to like move through it, like holding its hand rather than like it tugging me along.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna reflect a second on our first call. Zero emotions, just totally mute. You were on 3 different medications. Let me know if you're okay with me sharing that or not.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you recognized in that call, I don't want to be like this. This
Mhm.
isn't okay.
Mhm.
And so what did we do as far as the goal at the end? Like what we talked about being your goal, my goal at the end, and how that transpired.
I think one of my main goals was that I was having a lot of suicidal thoughts, and that's why I was on medication. And while the suicidal thoughts were definitely diminished by the medication, it was more just like the lithium was sitting on top of it, and I couldn't hear it, but it was still there. And I think I learned how to like listen to it, like acknowledge that that's a feeling and a thought that I have, but also talk back to it and just kind of let it know, like, I hear you, but that's not an option, and that we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I think the most helpful tool that you gave me for that is I would just constantly be bombarded with intrusive thoughts when if I was feeling really down, I just would repeat in my head, I want to die, I want to die, I want to die. And you told me that, like, I'm not, like, the goal is not to silence the voice, it's to just try and adjust the phrases that I get fixated on. And so I still do this a lot more, or a lot less frequently. But if I've had like a particularly hard day, or someone does something that is triggering or upsetting, and I get in my car and I'm going home and feel myself thinking I want to die, I am very good about switching it to I want to live. And it's not like, oh, how could you think that? This is what we're supposed to think. It's like, that's not true. I don't want to die. I just don't want to feel this uncomfortable in my body right now.
Yep.
So just like relabeling what I actually think and feel about those situations.
Seeking the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a big one for you, for sure. It was recognizing what is my truth? What do I really want?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then getting really freaking clear on, well, I don't want to die. That's
Mm-hmm.
not my actual goal. That's just
Mm-hmm.
this record playing in the background. And I love that it is now in the background,
Mm-hmm.
far off in the distance, in the
Yeah.
background. And every once in a while it'll get a little louder, and all you got to do is throw a rock at it, and the record skips.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Next track, please.
Right. And the next track is I want to live.
Yeah.
And here's why.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yay. Oh, that's beautiful. That is really beautiful. We got you off of all the psych meds.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge win, because they
Yeah.
were suppressing, instead of allowing you to work through it, they were just suppressing it. And
Mm-hmm.
that was one of my immediate goals, was let's get you off of these psych meds so that we can actually work through it and not have to work against the psych meds on top of it. And
Mm-hmm.
I love your analogy. It was like it was sitting on top of you, and I always pictured it like an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was every time I saw it, I was just like, elephants represent wisdom and immense great hearing. And if you have an elephant sitting on top of you, it's squashing the wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
So we just had to get the elephant off of you so that we could reawaken the wisdom that's already innately inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yay. Go
Yes.
us.
Yeah. Teamwork.
Right? It took a ton of work for you to get to this point where, like, smiling. The last 3 calls, I was making sure, like, yes, she's got a smile on her face at least once throughout the call. She's recognizing she's still going through a bunch of crap. In fact, our last call, 3 major events happened to you, and I mean major. Death, moving, and dealing with life, the continued dealing with life. And you held that space and handled it with immense beauty. And I was just like, yeah, we done.
Thank you.
That's how I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was powerful. That was a powerful message. Like, yeah, she doesn't need me in this realm anymore. She's good. Finding your purpose, however, feel like that's still lingering in the air.
Yeah, maybe a little. I think I see it and I recognize it. I just need to accept that other people aren't going to see it as a purpose. They're just going to see it as like a skill or a fun little trait. But
yeah,
that's not my reality. So it doesn't matter
Yeah.
how you value my skill or my talent. It's my purpose. So
Exactly. Doesn't matter. As long as the people that you want to help, the people that you want to serve, see it for what it
yeah.
is. There's the trick. There's the not so much a trick, but the thing that has to come to complete fruition.
Mm-hmm.
It's being able to say, hey, I can help you, and here's why. And them going, oh, okay. Yeah, I trust that. I'm down with that. Let's do it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the purpose piece.
Yeah.
Taryn, it's been an honor to work with you, a blessing to work with you. You are still, for me, one of my biggest success cases because of where it started and where it ended. Huge, huge growth for both of us. So thank you for that.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop recording.